Hello everybody and welcome back to Roll the Waves 2. Before we get started, one thing I want to go ahead and mention is that I did go ahead and modify the save yet again to go ahead and just give up to give us some technology that we had skipped over in some of our research. Particularly it was generally older stuff, so it was fine. I just said, you know what, screw it. I want to go ahead and give us that, so I don't recall exactly what all of them were, but one of them was something here, an explosive shells. It was streamlined shells here for an increase to gun range by 5%. Not that that's particularly important technology. I also wanted to give us flight deck catapults, because we had actually managed to skip over that between improved carrier design and air intercept control systems. And there are some other ones, but like I said, I can't really recall what all of them were. Some of them I think were stuff here for machinery development and hull construction. I think I went ahead and finished off these trees. Just because they were basically done. Literally the only technologies that were left for them were weight savings to machinery and hull respectively. I just said, screw it, we'll go ahead and give that to us. I did go and give us secondary directors for CLs. Again, not important. One, because I don't build CLs. Literally the only CLs we have are the Minneapolises that are still in service. I typically don't design them. I don't find them to be really worth it personally. It's just another class design that I have to manage, and personally I don't care to manage them. I really don't. They are, for all intents and purposes, worse. They are effectively, for all intents and purposes, worse armored cruisers. There's literally no reason to build them, in my opinion, personally. So I don't. Let's go ahead, because they did give us flight deck carriers, let's go ahead and slap some flight deck catapults on these things. I don't think placement actually matters in any way. Hell, I don't even know if there's really a point in adding more than one at the end of the day. I could be wrong. Maybe there is a reason to add more than one, but I don't actually think there is. I do notice the AI likes to put them port and starboard forward. I did notice that on all the AI designs that had flight deck catapults, they were up here. Again, I don't think it matters, realistically. I really don't. But let's go ahead and send the Wasps in for another rebuild real quick to give them these flight deck carriers. Oh yeah, I did also end up giving us 6-inch autoloaders. Or, excuse me, 6-inch dual purpose, which doesn't actually seem to make any real appreciable difference to AA. I basically have to add autoloaders for those to be in any way useful. So they're not really worth adding, to be completely honest. So we're not going to do that, I think. It's just literally no reason to. Yeah, we'll do it like that, I guess. It's really the only way that will work. So, quick rebuild on the Wasps, again. Give them flight deck carriers. The Wyoming, I don't think I have anything I can really do with you. Yeah, no, I really don't, beyond... I mean, unless I send you for that big rebuild, which you only went through a rebuild 5 years ago, so you're probably not going to be able to get a whole lot in terms of extensive upgrades. Yeah, like, I can't do that. That's just impossible. Which is fine, because there's, again, no reason to do 6-inch dual-purpose secondaries, because you basically have to have autoloaders for them to be in any way useful, apparently. It's just, that's the way it works. You do not get an appreciable improvement over 5-inch guns without doing that. I think I'm just not going to bother with that, to be honest. Kentucky, I would love to get you up to 5s, move those to 4s. Okay, you still don't work with replaced machinery. I have to bulge you to get enough, and that's actually a -3 knot displacement, I assume because you're a dreadnought battleship, and that probably does that. So, okay, the Californias. Can I move you to 5s? Not really, actually. Holy crap, I did not realize it was this bad for a lot of our stuff. But apparently it is actually pretty bad, all things considered. That I have to actually send these guys for replacing machinery for them to be allowed to actually fit this stuff. Huh. Well, I suppose it's nice to know. Is it worth it? It takes you to 79 from 72. I mean, not really. 72 to 79 is not really an improvement. The new Oklahomas also will not be able to get those upgrades without doing replace machinery. Which might be worth doing. Because they are our newest ones, but that takes them out for a whole year, and we have tensions a little high with the Russians. Although Russia doesn't actually have any dreadnoughts. I did update my spreadsheet, and they actually have no dreadnoughts right now. They have one in the works, but I think it was not supposed to be done until 1951. Sometime 1951. So they don't really have much they could utilize against us. I mean, I kind of want to do that. I'm curious. If I do this, but with no tertiaries, that places you at 59. Versus 79. Again, yeah. Autoloading secondary dual purposes just aren't worth it. They really aren't. And yeah, anything over 30 in the game wants you to become a battle cruiser, which I don't want you to become one. Yeah, so I guess we're just basically not going to mess around with autoloaders like at all, because they're just not worth it. I can only use them on 6, 7, and 8s, and I don't use 6s for the most part. I don't use 7s, nor do I use 8s for the most part. If they were available on 9s or 10s, I might have a use potentially. The Brooklyns could potentially use them. If I were to actually design a new armored cruiser, those would use them because those would have 10-inch guns. But the only thing that has guns that fall within that range of 6 to 8 are the Minneapolises. So yeah, autoloaders are one of those technologies that's like, great, awesome, that sounds perfect, and then it's just not really that useful. So yeah, let's send the Oklahomas for a quick rebuild real quick. Oh wait, do they even need one actually? Never mind, 1 second. Before I actually do that, let's double check. Do you even actually need one for this? For me to give you... Oh, well yeah, because I was moving your secondaries up to 5s and your tertiaries to 4. So yeah, no, you do need that. Never mind. I completely forgot about what I was... all the changes I was needing to make. So yeah, we'll send the Oklahomas for a quick rebuild. This will give them a 1950A. Thanks, game. We're well on our way to understanding effective camouflage schemes, which should decrease enemy accuracy. Enterprise finished or reconstruction. The Italians want to buy stuff. Sure, go ahead. So this reduces enemy sighting range and hit chance, which is always useful. Okay, no, I did not actually do the thing for the hull, at least. Large shrapnel AA shells gives limited AA capability to heavy main guns if used. And we're skipping to... Oh, no. No, we're not. Okay, no, we're not. So we just got blind fire. So long as you have fire control radar 2, which is how the game labels it. It's a little bit weird. So you have search radar and fire control radar. So long as you have fire well, never mind. That actually unlocks fire control radar too. I'm an idiot. Yeah. So long once you get that, you'll be able to blind fire. The game generally prioritizes capital ships down. I don't know where CVs actually fall on that list, to be honest. But at the very least, it should do our dreadnoughts first, followed by the battle cruisers, and then either the CVs or the CAs next. So there goes the Wasp. South Carolina's done. Cincinnati's done. Advanced AP cap design for better AP penetration, because that's totally useful. The South Carolina is the Indiana. Hey, I know you guys literally just finished a rebuild, but turns out our guys are geniuses. Just figured out how to... I get that to work if I do that. I think I'd probably actually prefer the medium AA. It just seems to be a little bit more... Well, no, actually the light AA was more effective in the last war. Whatever, we're still going to go with more medium AA. Yeah, so send you guys back in for a new director. This is actually a decent amount heavier compared to advanced director. Well, actually, no, it's not as much as I was thinking for some reason. Never mind. And so let's see, we have 77 VAA factor here. 4 months for that. Independence, Enterprise is back, Columbia's done with hers. We'll blame the British for now because I don't want to provoke the war with the Russians right now, and well, the British are still kind of recovering. With the help of France, I think we'd be able to win, especially since, you know, now I actually have some new ship designs. Not as many as I would like, but, you know, at least I actually have some now. So let's send the Wyoming in to get the better fire control. We're gonna keep you with the 4-3 secondary, tertiary layout, even though it's not really my go-to anymore. I don't care to send you for the 1-year rebuild, and even then it wasn't working if I'm recalling correctly. It's been a little while now since obviously I just looked at it, but I don't think it was working for me to get you up to 5-4s. I'd have to strip something off somewhere to get that to work, or bulge you. Neither of which I want to do. Do the Kentucky as well. Ooh, okay, the Kentucky actually uses up the last of its remaining weight to do that. So I would have to replace machinery to give you the extra AA guns that I would love to give you. So we're gonna do... Holy crap. Okay, this is gonna be 21 months for the Rhode Island to get a rebuild. And if I drop you down to 2 guns per turret, I could upgrade you to 17 inchers. Well, technically 16 as well. Which I think I'm gonna do that actually. You're gonna get an extensive rebuild, so you're gonna go everywhere with this. We're making all the changes. Again, you're going to be out of commission for 21 months. I'm going to go ahead, give you a little extra ammo while we're at it, because why not? So we're downgrading you from triple turret to dual turrets, but you're going up 2 gun calibers to 16s, which are the normal caliber I use for dreadnoughts. I don't typically use 14s, nor do I typically use 18s, but now I could take you to 17s. That's the thing. By doing this, I could move you to 17. That puts you at 35,000. That's also still 35,000. Oh no, so okay, maximum range of these guns is 41,000 actually. For whatever reason, the game's just not showing anything beyond 35,000 when I move up to the 17 inchers. Is it the same if I were to just look at the gun data? Yes. The armor penetration table looks to only go to 35,000 yards. Which is interesting. Huh. Well, that's kind of annoying because that's not helpful. My 17-inch guns, which are quality 1, have a max range of 41,000 yards. I kind of want to know, game, what my armor penetration is between 36,000 and 41,000 yards. That's useful information that you are obscuring from me because you apparently capped the penetration table at 35,000 yards. I'm okay with the minimum value being 5,000. I can live with that. But capping the maximum range at 35,000 is not helpful if you're going to have guns that have more than 35,000 yard ranges. So I don't know necessarily how effective these 17-inch guns are beyond 35,000 yards, and if that range is worth the wait. So at 35,000, it's 5.6 on the belt compared to 5.39. Yeah, I don't think it really is. We're going to just upgrade you to 16s. So you're going to be out for over a year. Fairly quickly, actually approaching 2 years even. Give you a nice big upgrade. Like that. There we go. That works. You guys are... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Can I... Not without doing this, which then takes you out for... You know what, screw it, I'll let you be out for a year. I want the better... heavy AA factor. Oh, the Russians also apparently do not even have a CV. I don't know if they maybe have one in the past that they scrapped, but they don't actually have a currently functional CV. And the Leningrad here that is actually spelt as Leningrad instead of Leningrad. Don't think it's supposed to be like this. I imagine it's supposed to be Leningrad. It's just somebody accidentally did the ends next to each other when there's supposed to be an I between them. But whatever. I think that ship is on hold. Also, it's only 22,000 tons, which is a tiny CV. Again, compare this to our Wasps, which are 48,000. Saratoga finished, 2 cruisers finished. The French want to buy stuff, please do. Our medium bomber is ready for operational service, wonderful. Let's go ahead and send the New Mexicos in to get the better armor. Or the, excuse me, not better armor, better fire control, rather. Do that. Now, I cannot give you the better secondaries and tertiaries without doing replace machinery, which I don't even know if that's worth it. No, in fact, even replacing machinery wouldn't allow it, so never mind. But we'll do this. You'll be out for 4 months. That's fine. Get the Constitution, its upgrade. I'm going to replace your machine. Holy crap, 21 months for you. if I do this. In which case, do you complain about the secondaries? No, you don't. Okay, we'll have to do it like that then, I guess. $21 for this. Switch it to diesel. Gives me a little bit extra space. And yeah, that's just not possible, sadly. If I drop you down to 10-inch, I can make you triple turrets, but I don't want to do that. And I'd have to drop you down to single gun turrets to go anything more than 14, which is just not worth it. Give you a seaplane hangar. Can I fit a catapult? Technically, yes. It is technically possible for me to do this. I just need to readjust my distribution of secondary and tertiary guns so that you are a little less heavy on secondaries, a little more heavy on tertiaries instead. I want 2 aircraft though, so we'll redo this again. Okay, can't do that. Do I maybe take, no, I won't do that. We'll just take some of the guns off of the AA placement, or AA positions. But we're not actually going to place the catapult there because it looks a little bit weird. It kind of looks like it's, you know, either sticking off of the funnel there, or it's going to launch the aircraft straight through the smoke coming out the funnel, which, yeah, that's just weird. Not a fan of that. We'll just do centerline, I think. Or midship. Yeah, midship's fine. So you'll be out for 21 months. You'll enjoy, though, your nice fancy rebuild. You'll get the better director. That'll take you 4 months. We're basically going to have no capital ships while we're doing this. 2-phase search for aircraft. That's great. I thought we already had amphibious tractors. We do. Game's just being a little screwy with researching technology that we already have. British battlecruiser, the Inflexible. This is a recent design of theirs that they were working on towards the end of the war. It is a little weird, to be honest. Namely, that it is triple, triple, double, triple. Which is, like I said, unusual. Typically, you don't have odd number weapon layouts for your main guns, especially. But that is apparently the case here, actually. That they did not have enough weight, I guess, to be able to have it be all triples for a total of 12 guns. So they had to make one of them a double instead of a triple. It looks like an okay design, although 11 inches belt armor, well, no, I guess 11's okay. I'd have to look at our Saratogas to double check that. That might be decent. It's probably not as good as it could be, though. Unexpected advances in ship design for nothing, because I think we have everything there. It's just, you know, again, the game's a little screwy when it comes to some of the research here once you finish the trees, evidently. Germany wants to buy stuff, sure. I'm going to put the Wyoming on the west coast. Independence, Colorado, New Mexico. France wants to buy stuff, sure. This, I think, is just a general accuracy improvement to the nation, which is not that important. Send the New Mexicos to the west coast so they can go out into the Pacific. Oh, the Saratoga finished. Wonderful. Out of curiosity, how do you do against 11-inch guns? You can start penning that around somewhere between 23,000 and 24,000, basically. For the belt. Which, depending on exactly how the actual trajectory of your shells is, I don't know if I should be looking at the belt or the deck in this case, really. There is an option here, because I did again basically cheat to give us this, to unlock using diving shells, which effectively is basically just using shells that are intended to be fired at such a trajectory that they dive straight down on the target. So you're generally more likely to get hits to the deck of the enemy rather than the belt. Which I guess comes with some pros and cons in theory. Hitting the belt, in theory, has the potential of causing flooding damage if you penetrate, because you'd be punching a hole in the side of the ship. While diving shells, since they're punching a hole through the deck, and then going through a bunch of other decks, they're probably not going to cause flooding damage, but they in theory would be more likely to cause actual system damage. So they're probably more likely to knock out things like your engines and things of that nature, maybe even hitting the magazine and causing it to explode. We're going to go ahead and do that. We'll also use heavy AA shells, because screw it, why not? Sounds like it could be fun. Anything else I want to do? Yes, actually. And the Brooklyns. For better fire control. They already have diesel. Give them those. Well, yeah. Fill out their AA position stuff and send them in for a rebuild. Those things are still going strong after all these years. The Houstons, you need better fire control. And I could give you an extra 5 rounds of ammo, but that just ain't worth it, to be honest. So we'll send you guys for a rebuild as well. And we'll hold off. Arizona finished. Oklahoma. Those will stay on the East Coast. The Minneapolises. Dual purpose for those. Why not? That jumps you a whole whopping 4 points. Yeah. Replace machinery will do literally nothing. It'll just make you take longer to do this. Okay, we're not going to give you anything. We're just going to give you the better director. Well, I guess I could give you director on your secondaries now as well. Screw it, we'll do that as well. Although admittedly they're mostly meant to be, you know, AA guns, but ignore that fact. The Langleys, those, oh boy, we have not touched the Langleys since 1943. So, replace machinery, switch diesel, give you auto, maybe I won't give you autoloaders, we'll see. It depends on exactly how the rest of this all works out. Oh yes, give you the catapults, starboard forward. And give you more AA. Can I swap those around to 2016? No. Not do that, okay. Okay, I cannot give you auto loaders. Well, I say that, that's not strictly true. I might be able to. Okay, if I wanted to rebuild this, I have to... Yeah, we're not doing that game. I'm not dropping them down to 5-inch guns. I didn't even think you'd let me do that, to be honest. Well, Actually, you would, but I'd have to add more ammo and drop the secondaries to 4 3s. I make them 6s. Will you let me do that? No. Yeah, so we'll just keep those at 8s. They don't become auto-loaders, which is fine, because the reality is, if they're firing their main guns, something is wrong. As I've mentioned last part, I think it was, that my carriers should not be utilizing in any way their main guns. If they are, I have royally screwed up. They are well out of position. Whatever, do it. A little late. I was gonna check and see maybe I could improve their speed, but I don't know. Oh well. We'll fix that foreign station stuff in a moment. I know, game. Germany wants to buy stuff. Better light and medium AA. Air Sea Rescue improves pilot survival and thus mitigates experience degradation from air losses, always useful. Now I can build larger aircraft, larger air bases. Let's send the New Mexicos to Southeast Asia to hopefully deal with the... because that's where the issue is, isn't it? It's actually spread out. Most of it is in Southeast Asia, but some of it is actually in the Central Pacific and Northern Pacific. We'll send the Oregon to the North Pacific temporarily, and the Indiana to the Central Pacific temporarily. Working on a game. Okay, apparently I did, yes, I passed over 50% of our yearly budget. So now they're taking my budget away. Spy from Russia, give it maximum publicity. We got some better improvements to our radar and electronics, so shipborne HF/DF, so improves intelligence and ASW capability. Not that that makes any real tangible difference here. In theory, I could equip radar to corvettes. I don't know if it's really worth it, to be honest. It probably isn't. Cruiser's finished, wonderful. Extended double bottom, sure you can have it. You guys. Send you for the 49 rebuild. New liberal government. This will spell doom. We are baffled by forced lubrication. Steel industry wants a stronger navy. Mentioned the importance of a strong navy in the steel industry for national well-being to the president. Close to mastering temper brittleness. And an unexpected advancement in fleet tactics for fleet train, which improves fleet logistics and invasion capability. Did that actually improve our range? I guess it did. Not that I'm gonna really notice an improvement, though I kind of am. I wonder if we owned Celebes and Moluccas, I could actually invade Western Australia. Because it should be looking to see if Darwin is within range. Not this flag here, but Darwin or Perth. It sure is unlikely to be Perth, but Darwin would, in theory, be within range. And so in theory, I might be able to invade Western Australia in a war against the British. Which maybe we'll finish the series off with a war against the British after this upcoming war with the Soviets. Because like I said, I do want this series, this specific series, this iteration, I guess is probably a better way to say it, to go and extend through to showing off some of these late game techs. Because any future series is unlikely to show off these late game techs. I just don't really care to show them off. Just because the game will be going for quite a while by that time. And typically, you know, Around the 40s is when I start to get frustrated with the game. There's a reason I have not finished an actual campaign from 1900 to 1955. And it's simply because around the 1940s, the game starts to become more frustrating than it is enjoyable, in my opinion. Go ahead and move the Houstons, right? Yeah, the Houstons. I was trying to recall what they were called. No, actually, we'll send the Minneapolises. Southeast Asia. I should probably also go ahead and queue up some more corvettes. Let's get 5 more of those queued up. It's already finished. During a coronation review, there has been a collision between one of our ships and a ship from Great Britain. What are my comments? It's an unfortunate accident, but really nobody's fault. The California... I'm going to keep the Oklahomas. Well, if we're going to war with the Russians, I kind of want to see the Oklahomas in actual action. Let's say send the Oklahomas to Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia... You know what? No. We'll keep them on the North American East Coast and we'll ship them with a fleet to Northern Europe, because we are allied with the French right now, so that we'll get some of their base capacity here in Northern Europe, which puts us at 742. Also game... Oh, I have a Corvette there, apparently. Okay. That would explain why I was showing a 1 up here. I wasn't sure why. I was confused. But yeah, so we'll send a fleet to Northern Europe once the war kicks off. So no, we'll keep the Oklahomas on the East Coast. The California... I will send to the Northern Pacific. The Wyoming, however, I'm going to actually send to the Caribbean. Improvement to armor quality. Apparently the Italians have just invented Advanced Director. Wow, the Italians are very far behind, evidently. Let's send the Dales in for some rebuilds. Well, maybe. They actually don't have the weight to be able to do anything. So maybe not, actually. Yeah, wow, these... The fact that the Dales are still alive is surprising to say the least, but yeah, they're showing their usefulness nowadays. They're not really holding up that well. Can I move those to 5s? If I take secondaries off, I can, which, you know what? I'm fine with taking off secondaries. You don't need them. At least not as many as you have. This is fine. I think there was a Russian destroyer, was it? No, it's a destroyer. Yeah, it's a Russian destroyer with 36 knots of speed, which is a pretty fast speed. But I don't care to try and make the Chauncey's any faster. They don't need it. They're perfectly fine where they are. They really are. So we'll do this. That would give them some more ASW capability. I don't know how much it would give them and if it's really worth it. You know what? I'll give it to them. Screw it. I'll give them the forward ASW mortar. You never know. It might actually prove to be useful. And yeah, I can't make them any faster. We will give you some extra fire control positions for what that's worth. How long are those rebuilds going to take on the Chaunceys? Only 8 months. Okay, that's faster than I was anticipating, which is always good. Shoot. Point the finger at the Japanese. Oh no, this is, never mind. This is negotiating an agreement. Never mind. Okay, this is why you read shit. The government is concerned about tensions leading to war. You've been called to give advice. What do you recommend? We should safeguard our interests by negotiating an agreement with the Germans. We had one previously. I'm sure they're willing to renew it again. Treaty negotiated with Germany. That raised tensions further with the Soviets and the Italians, because the Italians apparently don't like them, I guess. We should avoid stroking the fires of war. I don't have my destroyers for a fleet to go to Northern Europe game. So let's not piss them off right this second. The Japanese want to buy stuff, sure. This would have been useful. This is always nice. Curtis has an improved model of our new medium bomber that we just got, so it's a little bit faster, has a nice uptick in range. Damn. I'll take it. Great job, Curtis. Germany wants to buy stuff, go ahead. 3-inch auto-loaded DP gun. This just improves the effectiveness of 3-inch dual-purpose guns. It does not actually give them auto-loading capability, I believe. I think it's the Minneapolises that have 3-inch, right? No, you have 4s. Somebody had 3s, I thought. Or am I thinking of ships that don't currently that already got a I think I'm thinking of ships that already got a rebuild. Oh no, it's the Wyoming here. Oh no, I can actually, that does actually unlock auto-loading on you guys. I did not realize this. Okay, so there's a tech for 3-inch auto-loading DP for 3 inchers, 4 inchers, and 5 inchers. This actually does give you an improvement. So, do I send you in for a 4-month rebuild to give you auto-loading on your 3-inch tertiaries for an extra 5 heavy AA factor? I think the obvious answer to that is hell yeah. It's only 4 months. And it gives you 5 whole points? Yeah, I'm doing that. Langley's back. French want to buy stuff. Send you to Southeast Asia. Ranger and Yorktown are back. French want to buy more stuff. The Italians are spying on us. We'll live with it. We're gonna send all the Langleys, I think, actually, to Southeast Asia. A new cruiser from France has just arrived on a goodwill visit and the press is eagerly reporting on all of its advanced features. The French have advanced features? A reporter approaches you for comment. What do you say? It's certainly nice ships, but ours are just as good. Super hardened penetrator for better AP penetration, depth charge mortar. Enables trainable depth charge mortars, which I don't think is actually an option. There is no actual option here for depth charge things. There's increased depth charge storage. Well, I think that's just an improvement to ASW capability. Oh yes, those Chaunceys that I have game. I like them. If you could be so kind as to queue up an extra 12 of them, I would love you. Thank you. Modern jet aircraft are more powerful but also more expensive than earlier aircraft. The Hornet has finished her reconstruction, along with the Lexington. The Rhode Island is done. Oregon's done. 5 destroyers finished. Is that all the Chauncey's that were getting rebuilt? No, one of them is still missing. Out of curiosity, if I drop you down, that actually would make you a little bit stronger, but there is a 4-inch. There is a version of that tech for 4 inches, so we're not going to do that. It's just not worth it. But it's good to know that that would actually be an option. But I think I can send you guys now back to... Well, no, I'll send you to Southeast Asia, so you're in position for the war. Let's spark tensions, I think, now. The Houstons are in the Caribbean. Send them to North American East Coast. Brooklyn's can... I might actually want to switch that around. Yeah, we're going to send the Brooklyns to Southeast Asia, bring the Minneapolises back to the Caribbean. Our scientists report they're well on their way to understanding IFF system for whatever that's worth. I actually don't know. Italy steals more stuff. Whatever, Italy. Considering you just got Advanced Director, you are way too far behind to be of any real note. Deny any involvement with this agent of ours that got caught in Germany. Unexpected advances in turret and gun mounting. Well on our way to understanding IFF. We just got Fire Control Radar 3. That's always nice. New Russian bomber. Or torpedo bomber, actually. Let's, I guess, get a new torpedo bomber. No, let's get a new fighter. In theory, we do not have jets, obviously, because these became... All these aircraft are before that pop-up came up regarding jets. So let's get a new fighter. Presumably, it'll be a jet. Oh, France decided to not renew ours. Damn you, France. With the Navy evidently having more funding than it can use, the Defense Committee reallocates funds to the Army. Well, you know what, I'm fine with that. No, France. Okay, IFF is better cap. New torpedo bomb from Germany. The Messerschmitt Me-150 has entered service. It's faster than our fastest. Well, yes, because you guys have jets. You did the research. You got the pop-up for it, and as soon as you got it, you started getting new aircraft. I didn't bother with that because I just didn't care. It's really that simple. I just didn't care. Germany, sure, you can save weights on your torpedoes. You know what? It's very late in the game, but I'm going to go ahead and look into a new armored cruiser. Now, is there any way to actually make this be possible? The answer is, it should be. We'll drop you down to 30, because I don't really need 31. 30's fine, that'll allow you to keep up with the Oklahomas. I'm not gonna, I don't think I want to give you box magazine, because you're just not gonna have a lot of armor anyway. Is there a maximum displacement for these? Just out of curiosity. I mean, I assume there is a max displacement for armored cruisers. Because if not, game, you're gonna, in theory, allow me to build literally the largest armored cruiser ever to exist. If I could wait it out for the construction time. And I kind of get the feeling you would actually let me do that. Why, game? Why? There is literally no reason for that. We'll make them 20,000 tons. It's a nice, easy number to work with. 4-inch deck. We might actually do the magazine box in this case. Then 8 inches of belt armor. Let's see. We'll give you the... We'll make you a little bit faster. 32. Nope. Okay, now... You did actually attempt to design this as a... Okay, game. You do you, I guess. Okay, and I can't make you... Can't make those quads without the game... No, game wants you to be a battle cruiser, apparently. It's probably your size. That's why. Okay. Well, that's nice to know. How large can I be before you want to make it a battle cruiser? Or rather, stop wanting it to be a battle cruiser. 19,500. Good to know. Let's make those all quads, because, you know, that sounds like fun. 9-inch belt. 6-inch deck. Yeah, sure. 8-inch belt actually is fine. Oh no, game. I was over here. Trying to adjust stuff over on this side of the screen, not that side of the screen. You know it now, 7-inch belt. I want to leave you some weight for putting missiles on, without me needing to remove a whole bunch of stuff. Well, no, I suppose I could just do the 3-inch guns. You know what, 3-inch guns are fine for you. The game's gonna complain about... Oh, you actually are gonna make me do that, really? Okay. I didn't realize I actually had to do that. I thought that was just a, hey, I want you to do that. Okay, that's fine. We'll make the 2 forward gun turrets quads instead of triples, but the rear are going to be all triples. Or no, actually, I'll just give you tertiaries. There you go. See? No issue. There you go, game. See, I'm under the 5%. Issue you were complaining about. There's going to be space for missile launchers, maybe, once I, you know, unlock that tech. So the New York are new armored cruisers that will maybe interest. No, Japan, you can't have that. Figured out the workings of 3-tier air defense perimeter for increased cap and AA effectiveness with air search radar. I'm going to go ahead and mobilize all our stuff. Yes, and the air bases as well, because why not? And those guys are supposed to be on foreign station. Keep them on foreign station. Sure, you can have that. Close to mastering early electronic gunnery computer, which is, again, just a general improvement to national accuracy. Yeah, gradual national accuracy improvement. Let's go ahead and queue up 4 of these. Now we are losing a little bit of money, which is fine. Japan wants an alliance. No. And we got forced lubrication for 1% savings to machinery, or 1% weight savings on machinery. Scientists are close to mastering anechoic plating. A Russian dive bomber, faster than ours. You want airborne radar. How about no, France? You broke off our alliance. Screw you. Another round of fighting in the Balkans will blame the Russians, and this will probably provoke the war. They're going to say, how dare you blame us for the fighting in the Balkans? New British fighter. Faster than ours. Nope, that doesn't quite get us there. Tensions between our ally Germany and Russia are rising. Germany is asking for our support. What shall our reaction be? We should honor our obligations fully, or write them a blank check. Improved armor face toughness, gradual improvement of armor quality. Tantalizingly close to inventing circular AA screen. And our new fighters are available for evaluation. So, let's see, we have the... Well, we're going to toss out the Martin. It's just not there. It's 10 slower at max speed. It doesn't have... Well, it has more range than the North American. So it's slower but has more range than the North American. But the Boeing is just as fast as the North American. Has a lot more range. Has a little bit more firepower, a little less maneuverability, though a little bit more toughness. Yeah, we're going to take the Boeing. And war between us and Russia. Let's go ahead and request a new flying boat. Yeah. So, war has begun. Or begun the war has, whichever way you prefer. Russia does not have a sizable military. They have a single dreadnought, a single CV. Oh shit, they're... Okay, well, the Leningrad has finally entered service, and it is 16 5-inch dual-purpose main guns, 4.5 inches of belt armor. It has 52 aircraft. To our Wasps, with their absolutely ludicrous, compared to what the AI typically does, 100 aircraft. They're building 3 brand new classes as well. 1 ship of each. This is what the AI does. And this is why the AI sometimes has issues. It builds, a lot of the times it seems like, basically, very unique ships that it only builds 1, maybe 2 of that class. And so if it's a good design, there's not enough of them to go around. If it's a crap design, of course, they don't have that many of them lying around, which is, I guess, in a sense, good. But when the AI actually does make a decent design, it never has enough of that class. Has been my experience. These Nikolevs, they're actually a decent design. I think the armor is a little anemic at only 3.5 inches of belt armor on an armored cruiser, but they're still pretty good. The Sovetsi Soyuz here, 12 16-inch guns, that's pretty good. 16 5-inch dual-purpose secondaries, that's also pretty good. 11.5 inches of belt armor, that's decent, I suppose, for a dreadnought, especially if you are not using a magazine box. But they only have 1, and they're probably only going to ever build this 1. And we're about to go sink it. Pretty much everything that's on the North American East Coast, with the exception of the corvettes, because why the hell would I send corvettes? Is going to go to Northern Europe. We have the base capacity from our allies. In theory, we should be resupplying at our allies' bases. If we're not, that's an improvement the game could stand to have. Set all of you guys to trade protection. This being at war has massively improved our budget, so we're going to go ahead and spend that budget to accelerate the construction of the fancy new New Yorks. Oh, yes, you guys, you didn't get the full rebuild. Send you these two for their full rebuild, actually. They need to get the 1950 design as well, which is only a couple extra months. So we'll accelerate to maybe knock a month off of it. I have no submarines, we scrapped those a while back. Oh, I need 44. Really, game? Okay. Okay. Couple things then. With all this budget, build some more Chaunceys. Thank you, because evidently I need more of them. We shall set the Dales to torpedo protect or trade protection rather in the Caribbean. Your trade protection, thank you. And that just barely gets us to 44. Yeah, okay. So apparently I need a lot more stuff for trade protection for some reason. I don't know if maybe it has something to do with the number of submarines that the enemy has. The Russians do have 194 submarines, which is actually the largest submarine fleet in the game. Although only just barely, beating out the Japanese at 190. The Italians actually are third with 134. I have none. The Germans, Great Britain, I was about to say Greeks for some reason. The British and the French don't really have particularly large naval or submarine fleets, rather. Probably because reasons. They have surface fleets. They don't really need to rely on subs to sink stuff. The Russians, Japanese, and Italians, yeah, they don't really have surface fleets, like, at all. Also, holy crap, the British have 11 CVs. I mean, I assume most of them are crappy designs, but still, really? 11 CVs? Why? Okay, you have one good one with 80 aircraft, the Argus. All the other ones are kind of crap. Upper 50s or 60s. That's not that great. Although I suppose since they're only building 22,000 tonners, it's kind of expected. You do have some new ones coming in, the Malta, Tiger, and Princess Royal, which are all around 32,000 tons. Those might be a little bit more useful, but not by much, I imagine. In fact, actually, your Argus there, the one that has the 80 aircraft that's actually decent, is 36,000 tons. So these are actually going to be worse than the Argus, so maybe around 70 aircraft would be my guess for these three down here. Yeah, the British ain't... General AI. It does not build great designs. It really doesn't. Why the hell do I have CVs in Northeast Asia? I thought I sent you guys to Southeast Asia. Apparently I misclicked for the Yorktown and Ranger. They went to the wrong region, and they've been sitting in the wrong region the entire time. Lucky for them, they haven't had any issues. But they were still in the wrong region the entire time. They didn't have any issues because I guess we were getting supply off of the German base here in Kaicho Bay. They were just sitting there saying, are we in the right region, sir? Yeah. The order said Northeast Asia, but we don't own any ports in Northeast Asia. Why would we be sent here? Especially during peacetime. And they said, well, I'm not questioning the orders. They said Northeast Asia, we went to Northeast Asia. If they want us to sit here with our thumbs up our ass, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that was my fault. I sent them to the wrong spot, apparently. But that'll be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we actually will fight this war against the Russians. But until then, a goodbye and farewell.